thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And look at this story. Mariah Carey says she didn't have much freedom during her marriage to record mogul Tommy Mottola. In an interview with Houston-based gay magazine Outsmart, Mariah says, quote, "There was a time when all I was allowed to do was to go to gay clubs. Because my quote-unquote husband," he wasn't your quote-unquote husband, he was your husband. "My quote-unquote husband was so afraid of me being around straight people." Mariah says she had always had many gay friends and a legion of gay fans. As she gets older, pretty much she'll have exclusively gay fans. You know how that works. She adds that her mother, who was an opera singer, raised her to be open-minded and accepting of others. She says, "It was a loving type of vibe I got. I basically was raised by two gay men, Ernie and Mort, who were best friends. So I feel like God recognizes us all as human beings and loves us as we are." Now, I find this story interesting. Mariah Carey complaining that she didn't have freedom when she was married. Well, you see, that's the very definition of being married, Mariah. You see, when you're single, as opposed to the word unmarried that I prefer, you have freedom. You can do whatever you want. So if you want to go to a particular club on Wednesday, meet somebody, dance with them, grab their ass, have a few drinks with them, make out with them in a corner booth, and come home, you can do that on Wednesday. On Thursday, you could go to a bar, get soused, meet a guy in the parking lot, go for the gold under the steering wheel, go home. Friday night, you can, just meet somebody in a motel room somewhere. You're free to do that. And when you get married, going to clubs is over. It's done. And any man who lets his girl go to a club is an idiot. Because that is what people go to clubs for. In fact, let me point out, American men hate dancing. American white males only go to dance clubs to get laid, not to dance. Gay males, another story. Straight white American males don't like dancing. They don't. When a straight white American male is in a dance club, and he's anywhere near the dance floor, it's because he's checking out chicks, and he's willing to go out there and, drag his feet across the floor a little bit, just in hopes of getting into somebody's pants. Straight white men dance to get into a girl's pants. You can make it into a rhyme so you can remember it. It's that simple. That simple. I mean, can you imagine the whiny bitch who's complaining that she doesn't have the freedom to go to clubs after she's married? You know what? Whether you're married to me, or you're living with me, or you're my girlfriend, or whatever, if you're going to clubs, you are no longer my girlfriend, my living, my wife. You're not. It's over. Because I know what the guys are there for, and frankly, whether you realize it or not, I know what you're going there for. If you need to have a committed relationship from me, you do not need to go to clubs. You don't. The reason for the existence of clubs is for people... Well, the reason for the existence is to sell liquor. The reason people buy liquor is to lower their defenses, or to lower the defenses of somebody else. So then they can ask them out on a date, ask them to dance, ask them for a sex act in the parking lot, ask them to go home. That's what clubs are for. With booze as the lubricant. So the club owner makes money selling booze to people who don't have enough courage to do what they want to do. So they drink up some courage, and then women drink so they can act like, well, I wasn't going to do anything with anybody, but this guy started buying me shots. And when he started buying me shots, I got a little tipsy, and you know how I get when I get tipsy. So that the woman has no responsibility for what she did. Guys, on the other hand, who don't know how to approach a woman, they will go to a club, they will drink, so they will have the guts to go up to a woman and ask her to dance, and then run the risk of getting their face slapped or being told no or whatever. So the club owner has a vested interest selling booze to lubricate everybody, so that he makes money doing that, provides the space for it. And but clubs are not there so people can, I don't know, what? Make new friends for their knitting class? Meet other librarians? I don't think so. I'm amazed at the guys who have no problem with their girls going to clubs. They want to be understanding. You don't understand that. I certainly don't understand that. In one of my marriages, I just say one of my marriages because the person involved would probably sue me if I said which one it was. So let's just say in one of my 4 marriages, I was with somebody who had a best friend who was still chronically unattached. And so she would call up my wife at the time on the phone and say, why don't you come out and meet me for a drink? And so my ex would go meet this chick for a drink, and where would they meet up? They would meet up at some meat market someplace. She was going out to a meat market to meet guys, and so she'd dress her white trash slutty best with her cleavage hanging out and a short skirt. You could probably see the tattoo. She'd be out there, and then she would drag my ex-wife along for the ride. Now you got the two of them out of the club that is a meat market. Now what, these girls going to sit there at the bar and just chit-chat with the music pumping in the background? Come on. I had to put my foot down on that right away. I said, no. If she wants to meet you, you could go to Starbucks, you could have her over to your home for some tea and crumpets or whatever, but you are not going out to a meat market. It's not happening. It's not. If you need to go to clubs, you clearly are not ready to be married, okay? And that means you should stop being married to me. Ultimately, she stopped doing it. I don't understand guys who tolerate this stuff. And I'm telling you right now, there are women listening to this broadcast who are unattached, who have married friends or friends who have boyfriends. And they go, come on, we're going out, come on. And these idiots, these morons, just say, okay, honey, you go ahead, you have a good time. Like, actually believing that nothing is going to happen. Now, sometimes nothing does happen for any number of reasons. She doesn't drink enough. She loses her courage. She's afraid she's going to get caught. And in some cases, I'm sure there are women who have the best of intentions. They just want to go out in the environment where their slutty single girlfriends go out and sit with them and chit-chat or reminisce about old times when they used to pick up guys together. Remember those days, girls? Yeah. What is it with guys who sign off on this? Now, I'm sure there are guys out there who are pissed at me who are saying, hey, I'm not insecure like you. I know where she's gone. But you have to ask this question. Why does she need to go to a club? Why does she need to go to a meat market bar? Why? If she's married to you or living with you or has an exclusive relationship with you, why does she need that kind of stimulation? There's a million ways to stimulate yourself. Why, married to you, living with you, dating exclusively you, why does she need to go to a place like that? Don't you ever ask yourself that question? So I'm sure this hour we will either talk to women who are unmarried, who have married friends and just round them up and say, come on out and meet me, and then you're out at clubs. We just dance with each other, honey. That's all we did. We just got on the dance floor. The four of us girls on the dance floor dancing with each other. Sure you were. Sure you were. And there are actually men listening to this broadcast who believe that crap. I'm sure we'll hear from them, too.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I just want to say I love you in a heterosexual way. Hey,
My ass is intact, then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Selena on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello. How's Tom? How are you?
Do you care, Selena?
I love you, Tom. I've been listening to you for so many years now. I feel like we're married.
Oh, boy.
You know, I have been meaning to call you on this little deal here in regards to if you're in a relationship, what is that line that you can cross and can't cross as far as partying with your friends and clubbing and down, you know, the whole drinking and all that fun stuff.
What is the purpose of clubbing? And you know what it is.
Well, I'll give you the situation. I'm 27. I'm with someone who's 27, which is my first mistake. You know, he has decided after, 7 months that he wants to go out and party again. And it gets deeper because I've got 2 kids, and I'm not up to that. You know, I still like to party. I still like to go out and have fun, but I go out with him. You know, I can't go out and not get hit on. There's no way.
Mm-hmm.
So I know the situation that's out there. I've been, in so many different situations, and I am just not going to allow him to put himself there. And we argue about this, and we've been arguing about this for some time now.
Uh-huh. Now, where does he go out?
You know, he gets together with his friends, and they go to bars. You know, they go to, so far it's just been that because I refuse to put up with any more than that. And I don't know, he makes me feel like I'm wrong for not giving him his space.
Well, there are places a man can go at night that are not meat markets. Sports bars being an example.
Yeah.
Neighborhood bars being an example. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all know the difference between a dance club and a bar. And then among bars, I think we know the difference between a meat market and a neighborhood bar.
Okay.
So I think it depends on where he's going.
Okay, well, I just feel in
And you, too, for that matter.
And see, and that's the thing. I don't. I respect the relationship. I don't go out clubbing, even though I beg him to take me out clubbing, because I want to go with him. Those are things that I enjoy doing, and I did them before him, and I'll do them after him. But it's just a matter of what is that line that you shouldn't cross.
Well, the line is made by the two of you. That's the line. And if you think it's wrong for you and he insists on doing it, you have to end the relationship.
Okay. Even though they say that, okay, well, I'm working on it. But instead of going out, now he'll sit home with a sad face and put me through hell because he can't make up his mind.
It's an issue the two of you should have dealt with before you got married.
Well, we didn't get married.
Oh.
He asked me to marry him back in September. Oh. And then he turned to me in January and said that he didn't want that anymore.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds to me like you've got issues in your relationship.
I think he's got issues. What do you think about that?
Well, hey, he may have issues, but the fact that he has issues is an issue for you.
Yeah, if I haven't changed my mind. I haven't.
All right, but see, now it's a different story. First, you tell me that at first he wanted to get married. Then he decided in January he didn't want to get married, and now in April he wants to go out to clubs.
Okay.
So. I think I was under the impression earlier in this conversation you said you married someone who was 27 and you were 27.
No, we're together.
Okay. Whatever you're doing with your phone, it isn't working right, okay? You have to turn your head or something. Did we lose her? I think we did. Anyway. I think that guy's on his way out the door. It's just been happening in dribs and drabs. And that's the danger when you're a single mother of getting with a guy who doesn't have any kids, and this is what can happen. This is what can happen. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is George on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Well, Tom, finally got a hold of you, man. We've been listening to you for about a month now. I'm very excited to get a hold of you. Past 1 year, you made a dramatic change in my life. Making more money, no girlfriend, single, living the life, man. Can relate the exact same story you're saying right now. My girlfriend, she's young, only 19 years old. She's got a bunch of hoochie blonde girlfriends. You know, she's going out. Girlfriend says, why don't you come out with us? They get dressed up with their short skirts, you know, low tops and all. She says we're going to go out just with the girls, quote unquote, and go out to a club and have a good time just with the girls, you know.
Uh-huh.
But it's a little more than that. It's a lot more than that. They say they want to go out just to talk and have a good time. And just as you said, that really caught me.
Why does she have to dress like that?
Exactly. Well, why does she have to go to a club? Why does she have to go to places with alcohol and other guys? And exactly what you said, a meat market.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you just go somewhere else? So I kind of got a little bit fishy. One night I kind of took things into my own hand, and I went and followed her. You know, I got my guys and went to the club. Walk inside and go inside, and the first thing you see is her up on stage dancing with a lot of guys.
Aha!
Yeah, there it goes. So, you know, well, what do you want me to think? So what I do is I grab another girl. And I went and danced right in front of her, and she sees me, and she says, what are you doing? I can't believe you're doing that. I said, I walked in, I saw you with a bunch of guys. What do you expect?
What'd she say to that?
She was freaking stumped. She couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
She had nothing to say to it.
Yep.
So, you know, that's basically my story right there, that girls say they want to go out and they want to have their girls' night out. They always use the same quote. It's, as long as the girls can go out, they know who they're coming home to. It's a bunch of bull crap.
Of course it is. Now, by the way, George, you're 20 years old. Why do you have a girlfriend?
Well, I don't know.
All right. You don't need a girlfriend.
Well, Tom, I don't anymore, thanks to you, my friend.
And by the way, Dean points out something that I've said many times, and he's right. Many times when you confront a woman in this situation, she says, you're just controlling. You're a controlling individual.
What other excuse do they have?
You're domineering and controlling, and you always have to be controlling everything I do. I don't have a right to my space. You're controlling.
Yeah. Another thing they say is just, well, you want to go out with your friends all the time. I can't go out with my friends.
Yeah.
It's just a chain reaction. It's back and forth. And you've been
of course, you go out with your friends to the Laker game or something, and she goes out with her friends to Coyote Ugly.
Yeah. Too bad she's not ugly. She's a very attractive young lady.
Right.
Actually,
yeah, I understand.
But, chain reaction, Tom.
George, thank you.
Tom, take me out with a bong rip.
Here it is.
You're the man.
All right, George. Thank you so much. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Martha on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm okay, Martha.
Good. What I wanted to say is that I absolutely agree with everything you're saying. I don't often agree with you on a lot of things, but I have to say that you're absolutely right. You can't expect to go out to these places and not to get hit on if you're going without your boyfriend.
On top of that, you want to get hit on, and that is why you're wearing short skirts and low-cut tops and wearing high heels and going to these. That's why you're doing it.
Right, because if you wanted to stay with your guy, then you take him with you.
Right.
You don't have to leave him at home. I mean, I think, like you said before, also, there are places that you can go with your friends that you don't expect to get hit on. But if you're going to go to a club or a bar that's a meat market, that's what you're looking for.
That's right. You know what? Go to a coffee shop.
Right.
Go to, a movie.
Right, and I also think that guys can absolutely go out, because I don't think a guy should have to stay home all the time, but he can go to a sports bar or some other place like that with his friends, and it shouldn't be a big deal. So as far as limiting him to what he can and can't do, I don't think that's, very cool either.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think that what you're saying is absolutely right, and anybody who says otherwise is just kidding themselves.
Martha, thank you for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Chris on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, what's going on, big dog?
Not much, Chris.
Oh, my gosh, I can totally relate to what you're saying. Guys, if you're out there, listen to this man. He knows what he's saying. Tom, I had a girl. We had a kid and all, and she was giving me that whole excuse saying, I want to get out. I've been home with the baby all the time, and her friends would come by and pick her up. She dressed all cute. She wouldn't wear any panties or anything. And I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, honey, 1 weekend, 2 weekend, 3 weekends. And all of a sudden, it could happen every weekend, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, what's going on? So like the guy before, I got kind of curious, so I followed her one time. Went to the club, started walking out. This guy had his arm around her. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't do anything because I had the baby in the car, okay? But soon after that, I called the engagement off, Tom. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, see, but there's another example. You had a baby with somebody. Why'd you do that?
Tom, I was young and dumb, like you said, and I was listening to your show, and I was 21 too. But during that period, I kind of stopped and broke away for a little while. I stopped listening to the professor, and I got to me, you know what I mean? And had the kid, and all of a sudden, I was at home with the baby while she was going out because I felt bad for her. Little did I know, these guys are up all over my chicks, you know. Then all of a sudden, Tom, now she wants to spend the night with the girlfriends at her house after the club. She's had too much to drink. And I'm like, really? You know? And then I even told myself, you know what, I'm going to go with you to the club tonight. My mom's watching the kids. She's like, no. Then I caught on, Tom. I said, you know what, did my little investigating. I said, it's done, it's over. You know what I mean, Tom? You were so right, man. I'm telling you. And you know what the other thing is?
What?
All these girls I want guy friends, too, you need to cut that loose, too. If you want to go clubbing and you want guy friends, we're not making a commitment. There's none of that. When that commitment comes down, all that gets cut loose. You know what I mean, Tom?
Exactly right, Chris.
Tom Leykis.
Woof.
Tom Leykis.
Woof.
800 Tom.
I used to be 355.
Oh, that ain't bad. That's just right.
That's a plump rump.
That's a roast.
The Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, the Tom Leykis Show of 1-800-5800-TOM. Why do guys put up with girls going out with their single girlfriends to bars and clubs, meat markets? I don't get it. Lucy on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, how are you, Tom?
Do you care, Lucy?
Yes, of course.
I'm doing great.
I've been listening to you for about 3 years, and it's my first time calling in. And I couldn't disagree, actually, with you more, because I'm in a committed relationship for 3 years. I'm not married, but my boyfriend couldn't accept the fact that, you know what, you could go to clubs, and, you know, you don't have...
Why do you need to go to clubs if you're in love?
Well, I'm not married. Why can't I enjoy my time? I mean, I understand if you're married, yes.
Well, then it's not a committed relationship.
Yeah, it is a committed relationship.
No, it really isn't.
Why isn't it?
Because you're out at clubs with other guys picking up on you, trying to grab you, dancing with you. That's not a committed relationship.
Well, if my boyfriend is going to be worried about me, other people trying to hit on me because I'm beautiful, you know what? I get hit on at work and school.
That's not the point. You know, work and school are places where you've got a legitimate reason to be. When you're at a club, the reason people go to clubs is to meet other people.
You know what? I'm the perfect example. I go to clubs with my friends. I don't even dance with guys. I just dance with my girls, and that's what I told my boyfriend. And he couldn't accept the fact that, you know what, for me to go to clubs, he didn't like it. But you know what? I explained to him. I said, you know what? I'm not married. I'm just in a relationship with you. If you cannot accept it, then, you know.
Well, how would you feel if he went out to clubs too?
He does go to clubs.
What do you? Well, I don't know about you, dear, but you know what guys go to clubs for? One reason. And it's not to be with their pals.
No, he goes to clubs just because I go to clubs. I mean, he doesn't.
Yeah, well, he probably does what he thinks you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And
which is, so it's okay if he has sex with other women?
No, I know he doesn't, and I don't either.
Well, you don't know what he does. You have no idea what he's doing.
Well, I mean, I know what I'm doing. I trust.
But you don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I do. You
don't care because you want the freedom to go to clubs.
Well, yeah.
Now, let me ask you, how do you dress when you go out to clubs?
Well, I mean, you dress like other people do, you know.
Sexy. Yeah, you got your boobs hanging out, and you wear short skirts, right?
Well, what does that have to do with
And why do you need to dress like that when you go to a club?
Because that's how you dress when you go to a club.
No, and why do you dress that way when you go to a club? Because people go to a club for one primary reason.
I don't, and my boyfriend understands that, and he accepts it.
He's an idiot.
No, why?
Either that or he's going out to clubs, he's meeting chicks and getting laid.
Hey, you know, that's fine.
And therefore, he doesn't care what you're doing.
He does.
By the way, I've had women like that. I want to make an announcement to all the women out there who've called me at 1 a.m. from clubs, and they think I'm just sitting home on my thumbs waiting to hear from them. Oh, no. I'm out with other people. So those of you who have ever thought you were getting away with something by being at clubs, trust me, I was using that opportunity to get some space for myself to go out and get laid.
Well, I know I don't go to clubs for that, and I know my boyfriend doesn't either, so you know what? That's fine with us. Once we get married, that's a different story.
What does getting married have to do with it?
Yeah, if you're in a committed relationship as far as marriage...
What is the difference?
Because I'm single.
No, but you are in a... Then why do you need a committed relationship?
It's just, you know, I'm 25. You need a boyfriend.
No, you don't need a boyfriend.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
I mean, when I tell you I go to clubs, I mean, like once a month, I think that's okay.
I don't care. No, but not for me. It wouldn't be. And the guys who are allowing women to do this are idiots.
Then you don't trust your girlfriend.
You know what? I don't trust anybody go to a place like that.
Well, I disagree with you.
Really? How about if your boyfriend said he wanted to go to strip clubs?
I told him he could go because I
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think goes on at strip clubs?
It's fine by me. I trust him. That's the thing. I trust him completely.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what if he just went out to dinner with his ex-girlfriend?
He wouldn't.
What if he did?
You have to get to know that person.
What if he did?
Well, then I guess.
Do you trust him?
I know he wouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Once you get to
why
know
not?
somebody-
Oh, you would just be having dinner. They'd be eating.
I know his daily schedule, and I know where he goes.
What if he told you? What if he came to you tonight and said, I want to have dinner with my ex?
Oh, that's unacceptable. Because
Why?
I don't.
I thought you trust him.
I do, but I don't go. It has to be mutual. I don't go out with my ex-boyfriend, and he should.
Oh, what if this is the thing he decided he needed to do? He didn't like you going to clubs, but you rammed it down his throat. So what if he wanted to do something that you don't believe in, like have dinner with an ex?
Then you know what? Then it's my part to accept it or not. If I accept it, I'll stay with him.
That's why I'm saying he's a fool. If it were me, I hope he's listening, because I'd kick your ass out the door. You'd be done.
Well, you know what?
God.
He's a beautiful woman. He understands the fact that I get.
I still would not have a committed relationship with someone who insists on going to clubs.
But once a month, I think it's.
No, it's not. It's not, and that's the thing. I'd certainly have you in the rotation of booty calls, no doubt about it. If you want me to meet you when you come home from a club and have sex with you because you didn't meet anybody at the club or whatever, I'll be happy to do it. But there's no way I'm having a quote-unquote committed relationship while you're walking around with everything hanging out at a club in front of a bunch of panting guys. No, that's not part of a committed relationship.
Well, why don't you tell me where is it appropriate for me to go? Because my work ends at midnight, and after midnight, where else?
What do you do for a living, dear?
I work in a hospital.
You work in a hospital.
Yeah.
Dear, you can go to Denny's. You could go to you could go to a neighborhood bar and have a drink. You don't have to go to a club. You don't have to go dancing.
Yeah, you want to go out dancing? I go clubbing with him. I take him.
You don't have to go by yourself.
Well, that's what he was saying. He's like, I want to go with you. Why don't you come with me? And I said, you know what? I want some time alone with my friends.
See, you want your space, and that's what I'm talking about. You want your space so that when guys want to buy you drinks, you can, accept them or chat with them or dance with them or whatever it is you're doing.
Well, you wanted to all this.
See, and now you admit, see, that's the next part you haven't even told us. You're dancing with other guys.
I don't.
Ever?
Never.
Come on.
Trust me, I don't dance with guys. They might hit on you, buy you drinks, but I do not.
And you accept drinks? Yes, you do. You don't say, I've got a committed relationship with my boyfriend. Oh, no. You say, oh, thanks.
I mean, I take numbers, but I wouldn't.
And you take numbers.
I wouldn't call them back.
Why do you take them? Why don't you say, I have a committed relationship with my boyfriend?
Well, I tell them I have a boyfriend, but I'll take it anyway.
Why do you take their numbers?
But I don't call them back.
Why do you take them?
Because I don't want to embarrass them.
You're not embarrassing them. You have a committed relationship. They wouldn't know that unless you told them. There's nothing embarrassing about it.
I guess.
No. See, you don't want to ruin the good time you're having in that club with guys hitting on you all the time. You're afraid if you tell guys you won't take their number, eventually they won't talk to you anymore.
Well, that's fine by me because I get guys wherever I go. When you're beautiful, your boyfriend needs to recognize the fact.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I've been with a beautiful woman, it's an understanding. If you want a committed relationship, you're done with clubs.
Well, I'm married. When I'm married, I've told.
No, that has nothing to do with being married. If you insist on monogamy for me, part of that is you don't go to clubs.
Well, there are some people that go to clubs, don't even go to clubs, and they cheat on their boyfriends. There
are, but the point is that you see again. You could cheat with somebody at work. You could cheat with somebody at the public library. But the reason you're going to work or a library is legitimate. There are legitimate reasons to go those ways. There's one and only one reason why guys go to clubs.
Oh, so you're telling me there's no way possible that a girl could go to clubs for only just to go have
You
fun?
go, and part of the fun is dressing like a slut and having guys drooling all over you. That's part of the fun, isn't it?
That's fun.
Yeah, well, guess what? If I'm in a relationship with you, I don't want you having that kind of fun. If you want to have that kind of fun, you shouldn't be in a relationship with me. And by the way, your boyfriend was an idiot for letting you get away with it. He should have put his foot down and said no.
He did, and I said, you know what, I'm going to do it once in a while.
Well, there you go. All right, well, he was an idiot for staying around. Hang on a second. Mark, what did you want to say to Lucy?
What's up, Lucy? Check it out, man. I'm a bouncer at a nightclub, right? Okay? I hook up with single, married girls all the time. I even help boyfriends out hook up with girls, and, you know, I stop their girlfriends. I talk to them. They'll tell me, flirt with my girlfriend. I want to hook up with this chick. I'll do that favor for a bro, you know? So, I mean, there's no such thing of you going for a club. I mean, there's no reason for you to be there, you know? Just having fun. I've hooked up with several girls, and I'm pretty sure a lot of bouncers at clubs and bars will agree with me in that situation.
I believe you, but you know, there's some people that just go to clubs for a different reason.
Yeah, to get laid.
No, not me. Not my
Not
friends.
you, but your friends, okay? Once you feel left out, I'm pretty sure you're going to hook up with somebody.
Honey, I've been to a club with my friends more than maybe a dozen times, and that has never happened. So I trust myself. My boyfriend trusts me. I don't see any reason.
Do you trust your boyfriend?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mark, are there guys that go to clubs just to hang out with the other guys or to dance? They just want to dance.
Hell no, that's gay. That's, you know, guys go to clubs to get laid. Guys go to clubs to get laid. You know, I had guys say, flirt with my wife, I want to get a number. And I helped them out, you know? I've been doing this for about 3 years now. And it's happened, nothing's changed since then.
Oh.
So what, I mean, why are you in a relationship, Lucy?
Because, I mean, he's a great guy, and we're planning on getting married.
Yeah, that's cool. He's a great guy, you know? I bet he hooks up with a lot of great girls as well.
When he goes to a club.
Exactly.
Because no man goes to a club because they like the DJ or because they like the music.
Or they want to hang with the friends or whatnot. Guys go to clubs to get laid.
I can just imagine looking at Gary and Dean and go, hey, guys, let's go to a dance club tonight. We'll just hang out.
I don't find
we'll talk about baseball, and we'll have a couple of drinks. And maybe and the three of us, you know what we'll do? The three of us will get on the dance floor and we'll dance with each other. Because we don't want to ruin anything we got going on here.
Right.
I mean, can you see how preposterous that sounds, Lucy? Your boyfriend is not going to a club just to hang out with the guys.
Yeah,
guys don't do that.
He doesn't dance, but he goes just drinks and chills with his friends, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, well,
and when he goes and chills with his friends, he's standing by the bar, and that's when the girls come up to him.
That's fine. I would love that.
You would love that? You would love him hooking up with other girls, too?
No, I mean, if other girls go up to him, I'm sure they do, and I know he rejects them.
Oh, you know that for a fact.
He can't have anybody better than me, that's why.
Oh, listen to this ego now. When they made that vagina, they threw away the mold.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
My husband told me that as long as I use protection, and I do tell him that I can sleep with anybody I want to.
What time can I come over?
I'm on my way home now. You can meet me there.
Excellent.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Kayla. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Okay, Kayla.
That lady you just had on the line was a nut. I don't understand these women. How could you expect a man to take you seriously when you want to go out and club and hang with your girls all the time? What's the point of being in a relationship?
Any guy who puts up with that is a moron.
He's a pussy, as you would say.
Yeah.
And who would want to be with a man like that? Check this out. Any woman that wants to go clubbing or goes running anytime her friend calls her needs to be kicked to the curb.
Yep.
Let him go. Boom.
The bottom line is any woman who wants to go out to nightclubs, wants to go out to dance, wants to go out to bars all the time, meat market, whatever. Booty call? Great. Permanent? Hardcore? Committed relationship? No way.
Exactly. And we need to be questioning these friends, too. Obviously, they have no respect for the relationship.
Many times they want to destabilize the relationship, and that's why they invite these girls out, for God's sake. It's unbelievable. Thanks a lot for the call. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.